Are you struggling to get your front delts to pop? I'm going to show you today a way that you can train in a specific sequence to not only make your workouts more explosive, but to unlock a scientific principle that's going to make your workouts that much more effective. What's up guys, Jeff Cavaliere, AthleanX.com, and as I mentioned in the opening here, what I want to talk about today is a way that you can train your shoulders, and specifically the front delts, in a more explosive way, but in a way that allows for more muscle growth, because we're going to unlock a scientific principle of muscle building that makes it much more easy for you to do this, and that's overloading, or eccentric overload. Now, I've talked about it before when we discussed bicep, training. What we want to do is we want to have an opportunity to control the eccentric, because that is where the most muscle damage is occurring, which is going to provoke more of an adaptive response from muscle growth later on. We can do the same exact thing when we train our shoulders. The problem is it's difficult to get into that top position to then allow the eccentric part of the exercise to occur, or at least to overload that position. So if we were to do a front shoulder raise up here, we basically put these dumbbells together. We basically would be lifting up and then slowing down on the eccentric. The problem is these are 40s. If I try to bring those up, I'm going to have a hard time to actually do the concentric part of that exercise. But we have other exercises for our shoulders at our disposal that will allow us to get the dumbbell to the top and then take advantage of that eccentric overload control on the way down. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a clean and press up from here, right? Clean them, press, and then from there we're going to now slowly decelerate the weights. And remember, we're always going to be much more strong on the eccentric part of the lift than we are on the concentric part of the lift. So the trick is finding a way to smoothly and naturally get that weight up to the top, so you can then execute that part, that eccentric lowering of the dumbbell. So again, what we're going to do is we're basically going to bring the dumbbells up, press them, and then slowly lower them down. Okay? Up, press, slowly lower them down. Up, press, slowly lower them down. Right? So you do your whole set just like that. And again, you can see that here on the way down, right, as I'm slowly lowering down, there's a lot of overload right here at the shoulder, but it's actually a safe overload because we're not really putting that shoulder into any exaggerated stretch that's going to make it susceptible to an injury, because really from our shortened position down to here, it's still a regular length of that muscle. If we really want to start lengthening this front delt, we'd have to really start to extend our arm behind our body. So yes, there's a lot of overload tension going on here, but not so much in a way that we're combining that with an overloaded stretch, which could lead to some problems. So a safe way, again, and we're not using weights that I can't control at all on the way down. We have to use weights that are controllable. And you're still going to get a great exercise, because even if you have to drop down slightly on your clean and press weight, add a few of those eccentric overloads on the way down, you're going to get tired pretty quickly. So it's a great way for you to make not only your front delt work more explosive, but to make it more functional, because you're sometimes going to have to be able to control more than just the weight you're lifting. You're going to have to control exterior forces as well, in this case gravity, to become a more functional athlete. If you haven't already, guys, head over to AthleanX right now. Whole new site, everything redesigned, program delivery, whole new way we're doing things now. Everything is mobile. You guys can get it anywhere and take your workouts with you anywhere. So that's the key here, guys. Functional training is functional not just in how we do it, but in how you use it. Head to AthleanX.com right now, grab the 90-day training system. Look great this summer, guys. Start training like an athlete so you can start looking like one. We'll see you back here in 7 days.
It's cool, young Reese.